Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be covering the Tier 8 Tech 3 light cruiser for the Japanese heavy cruiser line. It's the Mogami. And of course, you guys must be wondering, why is it a light cruiser? Well, it's because I'm going to be running the 155s on it. I know some of you actually prefer the 203s, but I actually prefer the 155s, and I'll be showing you the 155s in this video. If you want a different video on the 203 version of Mogami, I can totally cover it in a future video. But for 155s, I'll cover them in this video because, well, I'm more used to it with the 155s. But like I said, if you want a 203 version in the future, I could totally cover it later. But the build and everything will be for the 155 version. The 203 version will use a different build, of course. Keep that in mind. But so far for the Japanese heavy cruiser line, I've covered Zao, Ibuki, and Aoba. And now I'll be covering Mogami. The only two remaining ones from tier 5 and above are Furitaka, if you want to see it, and Mayoko, if you want to see it. And of course, if you do enjoy the channel's content, guys, I would appreciate a sub to the channel. It would help me out a bunch. And thank you so much for watching. But of course, here we are in the Mogami. So let's take a look at its armor layout first. So you have a 25mm nose, 27mm side, and a 27mm deck, plus this little tiny piece which is 30mm, but it's not going to mean that much for you, so do be careful. You can get overmatched by a lot of ships, so also be careful about that. And for my commander build, I'm going to be running this specifically for the 155 Mogami: Last Stand, IFA, Priority Target, Survivability Expert, Concealment Expert, IFHE, Adrenaline Rush, Demo Expert, and Grease the Gears. Now the thing is, if you're grinding up to the Zao, maybe it's not really worth. I mean, running the 155s is good, but if you're running up to the Zao and you don't want to change your captain build, keep in mind the Zao captain I run is this, so you can keep this in mind. You could run this on Mogami, especially if you run the 203 variant, but keep in mind if you want to run the 155 variant, this is more efficient. For equipment, I'm going to be running Concealment System Mod 1, Prop Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Room Protection. You could run the Hydro Search Mod 1 if you want to, and I'm going to run Main Armaments Mod 1. And I will be running the Hydro on the Mogami. For the Perma Camo, of course, well, this is what it looks like. And you have an alternate which looks like this, which looks pretty good in my opinion, but I'll be using the normal green version. I don't know what oh, that's a Halloween one. So for ship characteristics, I'll show them to you right now. If you want to skip to the game, you can totally do that. I'll keep the video chaptered for you guys. So we have 42,700 HP with a 16% torpedo hit protection damage reduction. We have 155s, of course, 10-second reload, which is actually faster than I believe the Shimanto, which has a lower caliber gun by 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds better reload than the Shimanto. You do get 15.7 kilometer gun range. With IFHE, you pen 38mm of armor with a 7% fire chance instead of your stock 11% fire chance. Not too bad. Torpedoes, you have 10 kilometer range. They do have the bad angles, so you have to keep in mind they shoot like only the rear section. You get 16 of them, I believe, 4 times 4. They do 17,000 damage and go 62 knots, and they have 1.6 kilometer torp detection. Airstrike ASW, which is good. It's better than ship-based ASW. It's only 7 kilometer range, but it's better than having to drive over the enemy ships. AA defense, 48 rated. I don't know if it's any good, probably not. Maneuverability, 36.2 knots. Not too slow, 750 meter turning circle radius and 7.1 second rudder shift. Concealment, we have 9.5 kilometer detection, which is quite good for a tier 8 cruiser. So pretty decent overall statistics for the Mogami. I think we should go into our game in the Mogami. Alright, here we are in our game in the Mogami. Looks to be a tier 10 game, but only tier 9 battleships. There's only one tier 10 actually, it's just the Yodo and the Stalingrad. So I think we're okay overall. I'm going to be going towards the sea cap because, well, this is where we spawn, so I feel like it's only fair we go where we spawned, right, guys? But yeah, let's go there, and I'll skip to that part. Alright, so the Alsace is spotted. The only damage I have, by the way, is I blind fired the USS Black in the cap. He's in front of us. He was radaring our Kitakaze and shooting him. I actually out-traded the USS Black. Well, I did 2.5k damage to him, which is less than he did to my Mr. Kitakaze. There's 2 battleships we can pen fully here. Now we have to be careful because we're gonna get spotted by Johan, which we already did. He can AP me, of course, at longer ranges, but he can actually hurt me because I am pretty badly armored. So we do have to be a bit cautious around him. We got a double fire right now. Looks to be both DCP'd, I think. One on the Wu Jing and one on the Alsace. Wu Jing is just an Alsace clone, by the way. Nothing special about it. Except the camo, I guess. Different nation. But it is a clone. Keep that in mind. Question is, can I get into a position here where I can farm him without getting spotted? That's kind of what I want to do here. It's because, well, Mogami isn't really too well armored like I showed you in the port a few minutes ago. But, well, also, I don't want to take too much damage here. Johan's spotting me again, but he's busy dealing with Kitakaze, I think. Arkita's probably dead, to be honest. I think we just have to reverse and leave, to be honest. And get into the open. And start shooting things in the open. I'm plane spotted right now by this Alsace plane. Not game over, I would say. But the Johan could AP me here, so we do have to be a bit cautious. There's also a Paolo hidden behind a rock. And we are losing the game right now. But we should be capping a cap very shortly. We do have 3 ships versus 1 in the cap. The Kagero's there. Okay, I'm going to try live here. This way. Alright, so we've escaped from the island position. Not really, but we have. Kind of. So now we have to just try live in the open, which is a bit dangerous. The only place the Alsace really overmatches me is my aft. But if I'm at a bad angle, he can smash me quite a lot. Plus, there's also an Izumo staring me down, and he pens me everywhere where I have 27mm armor. So we do have to be a bit cautious around those things. There's a Paolo right there. Can we shoot it? I don't know. Hopefully he dies. Alsace will guaranteed die. But the Paolo doesn't die. It's okay. I have to watch for the Izumo. That's kind of what's scaring me right now. Not really the Wu Jing or anything. It's mostly the Izumo, to be honest. Even though he is far away. But let's unload some more shells on this Wu Jing. He shot me, but we're okay. There's the USS Black there. But right now we're focusing the Alsace because we can... Oh, there's my alarm. There. So yeah, I think we should focus the Alsace. Because he is easier to kill, to be honest. Oh, actually, well... oops. Oops! But someone else finishes him off. It's okay. The problem is, I think our Iowa turned the wrong way after seeing the Paolo. He went broadside to it, so I think he will end up dying. Yes. When you see Paolo's rushing you like that, you should try be as angled as physically possible. You shouldn't try to be full broadside to their last known position. Or any position 15 seconds before they died, if possible. But it's okay. It happens. We're going to be getting the B cap, which is nice. Now there is an Iowa and an Izumo on my broadside. The Iowa just shot me, as you can see from incoming fire alert, and the shells coming our way from here. We have to be careful of that because he does overmatch my 27mm armor, which is the majority of my ship. I don't know if we can actually kill the Wu Jing here. I can't, because I'm having to run away here. But what we're gonna do now, after we're out of range, is we're gonna attempt to go dark, so we're gonna have to wait 15 more seconds. And after we go dark, we're going to turn back in and going to try farm that Iowa and the Izumo. That's our goal. Alright, so here we are back at it again, fighting a Johan. Oh my god. A Johan David. 6k damage, not bad. He did DCP instantly. Now he has fires that last 60 seconds. He's gonna AP me. I might get smashed. Okay, let's go back on the Iowa. Well, I would keep shooting him, but there's this big rock in the way. So I think we're gonna shoot the Iowa instead. I don't think these torps are in range. I kind of launched them hoping they're in range, but I don't think they're actually in range. And maybe. I don't think so, though. Oh, they are. I got one. Not bad. Better than 0, I guess. Now, the problem here is our gun angles are not really too good, to be honest. If we want to use all our guns, we're gonna have to show full broadside. But we do want to damage, right? So, and he doesn't seem to be focusing me because maybe my Georgia is low, which he is. So maybe we just give broadside to the guy and see. Maybe we could actually do some big damage to him. I'm using HE here because I want to set him on fire. His DCP soon probably... It already ran out, actually, right now. I just want to get my guns. Look. It's so hard to get all your guns on target, man. We might actually have to get behind the rock because we will die if we just sit here in the open. Okay, we're okay. He missed somehow. We got a permafire. Looks to be he's dying anyway, though. It's kind of irrelevant to get the permafire. Hello. USS Black Torpedoes. Accelerate forward. We'll just use our back two guns right now because it's safer. And maybe we'll wait on the USS Black to get spotted from our submarine. Oh, one shell gaming. One shell gaming. Holy. Big damage. Alright, 0. Would be fun if I get dev struck right at the end, guys. Oh, I lived. USS Black isn't here, so he's down here now. Because he's behind this rock. There he is. Oh, sadly he's gonna avoid us. If he goes south, he avoids us. Okay, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. No way! Hello? Hello, USS Black. How is it going? He's actually not just running at me, he's running at my entire team. What I'm gonna do here is I will die to him probably, to his torps. But what we could do is we could launch torpedoes. And then hope for the best. Maybe. Or we could just gun him down, to be fair. Unless he eats his torp. Hope he doesn't. Our team does kill him before me. That's okay. Let's take a look at the score. Alright, so we end up doing 140,000 damage, 221 shell hits, 1 torpedo hit, 1 kill, 6 fires. Team score, we ended up getting top of the team, 2.1k base XP. Not too bad. Detailed report. As you can see, we did all damage, pretty much the battleships, some to the USS Black right at the end. This is pretty much your average Mogami game. Well, not average damage, but like average style, and where you have to sit behind rocks a lot because you're very squishy. And if you don't, you're going to take a lot of damage, so you must be a bit cautious. For credits and XP, we got 324,000 credits, 7.8 thousand XP, 893 XP, and 9.7 thousand Commander XP. Something to note about this game, we used the islands very well. As you can see, we only took 4k damage this game, except we did 140,000 damage, so not too bad. For my build once again, guys, specifically for 155 Mogami, I'm running Last Stand, Incoming Fire Alert, Priority Target, Survivability Expert, Concealment Expert, IFHE, AR, Demo Expert, and Grease the Gears. If you're going to go for Zhao, of course, and you're going to run 203 Mogami, this is the build for Zhao, and this would be the build for 203 Mogami. And for the equipment, I have Concealment System Mod 1, Prop Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Room Protection, and Main Armaments Mod 1. Alright, so where do you find the Mogami? You go into the tech tree, you go to Japan, so you switch and you go to Japan, for example. And then you're gonna see it here for the Zhao line. Of course, even though it is a light cruiser, you can put heavy cruiser guns on it. But I'm playing it as a light cruiser. It is on the heavy cruiser line, keep in mind. So the build is going to differ from your other ships in the line because of you taking IFHE if you're running the 155 variant. And if you're not, you can keep the same build, of course. But this is the Mogami over here in the Zhao line. I actually think the Mogami is a wonderful ship, by the way. It's a great ship for tier 8. It can be a lot of fun, of course. It is quite squishy and hard to play. But it's incredibly fun to play, to be honest, and I have a lot of fun playing it. pretty much almost the entire line I enjoy playing. I enjoyed playing Aoba, Mogami, and Ibuki. I think Zhao's alright too. I don't think it's anything too special. Like I said, I already have videos on Zhao, Ibuki, and now Mogami, and Aoba. The next ones are Mayoko and Furataka if you do want to see those featured. If not, let me know what other lines you want to get featured, guys. And of course, guys, I would greatly appreciate you leaving a sub to the channel because it will help me out greatly. And of course, you know, if you can share the video or like the video or comment, it would help the algorithm. And for a small channel like mine, it would help me out quite a lot. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Please do let me know if you enjoyed this one, and if you have any further questions about Mogami, do let me know. Oh, and if you want to see the 203 version of Mogami, do let me know in the comments below. But I will see you in the next videos, guys, so big fan.